Okay, so let's talk about how to format an outline in MLA format using Microsoft Word. Now, the first thing you should do is change the font to Times New Roman and make it 12 point in size. The next thing I do is change the spacing. You can do that through this drop box and hit 2.0, and then do the remove space after paragraph. If either of these two things say remove, you need to click remove. If they both say add, then you're good to go. Now, another way you can do the spacing you may be familiar with is clicking that little box next to paragraph and then going to line spacing. We already have it double, and we already have these two at 0. That's what we need. And for an extra measure, you can add the check mark next to don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. You want to make sure you do not have extra space between your paragraphs. Some instructors are really particular about format, and that extra space you see between paragraphs happens without students realizing it's happening oftentimes. So ask a tutor to help you correct that if you need to, or ask an instructor or classmate to look at it on peer review day. That would be advisable if you're unsure if you have extra space there. Now I'm going to make a heading with the student name. I guess I'll put student name and then instructor name. This is just a generic template you can use. And then your class. I'm using English 271 online for an example. And then the date. So when you are writing the date, write the due date of the assignment. Also make sure you start with the day. Actually, the United States is one of the few places that starts with the month. So we conform to the European writing style and the rest of the world, in fact, by starting with the day, then the month, then the year for correct MLA formatting of the date in the heading. So now we need to prepare to write the outline. You want to center your title up here, click center, and then type outline. This is one case where the title can be generic, it just says outline. Then go back to the left justification. I prefer that students start with a working thesis, and you can jot down a working thesis, which is something that you feel like you may change as you do your research and get into your writing assignment. You will discover things as you research and write about what you have learned that you didn't know you knew, so your thesis is likely to change. You may change directions a bit as you complete your research and writing. The next thing we want to do is start the actual outline. So let's look at formatting. Start with hitting Shift and I, so we have a capital letter I with a period, which makes it Roman numeral 1. And that is the beginning of our outlining format. We're going to go up here at the top and create a multi-level list for the outline. Now we have several options, but we're going to define our own. Define new multi-level list. Click that. And number 1 is already Roman numeral 1. Click number 2. Make number 2 capital ABC. Click number 3. Make number 3 Arabic numbers 1, 2, and 3. We've already used Roman numerals. And then finally, if you need a 4th level, you would make that lowercase ABC. So between all of these steps, do not hit OK. Don't hit OK until you have all the steps finished, and then you can hit OK. If you hit OK before you're finished, you're going to end up having to go back and start over, which is no big deal. Just start over. Now, Roman numeral 1, we need a general topic sentence. And I'm just going to show you how, if I hit tab, I can go to the new level. So then I would have a topic, then I might have support for that topic. Sorry, can't type support. Maybe from an expert. And then enter. And then if I hit tab, I might put some details about that support. I might give some context, meaning I would tell what the research article is about. Then I might use a quote, and then I might restate the quote in my own words. And then I would explain how the evidence supports my main idea or topic. The next thing I might want to do, oops, I didn't mean to do that, just backspace, or another nice feature is the undo button. I like undo, that helps. When I'm ready to go to the next level or the next level to the left, I need to hit enter first and then hit shift and tab. Well, it didn't work. Shift and tab. It's a computer thing. Sometimes they do what they're supposed to and sometimes not. My section B might be an illustration. Then I would use that time to give examples. I could give one or more examples. Whatever suits the parameters of your assignment would be good there. All right, if I'm ready to go to the next topic, I would hit enter and shift and tab, and that would take me back to the Roman numeral 2. So that's the basic for an outline. You can follow along with that to create your own outline.